Drop you off when he see his P.O. Sack of my mind, I hope she swallows. Man, she spilled the drink on my green wallows. Caesar drop you off when he see his P.O. Sack of my mind, I hope she swallows. Do that back out in the parking lot. My Cherokee and a green drop top. And I don't stop until I squirt. Jeans, skirt, butt naked, it all work. Sack of my mind, I hope she swallows. Man, she spilled the drink on my green wallows. Caesar drop you off when he see his P.O. Sack of my mind, I hope she swallow. Do that back out in the parking lot. My Cherokee and a green drop top. And I don't stop until I squirt. Jeans, skirt, butt naked, it all work. Caesar drop you off when he see his P.O. Sack of my mind, I hope she swallows. Man, she spilled the drink on my green wallows. Caesar drop you off when he see his P.O. Sack of my mind, I hope she swallows. Do that back out in the parking lot. My Cherokee and a green drop top. And I don't stop until I squirt. Jeans, skirt, butt naked, it all work.
Yeah, sorry, you didn't hear me. I'm assuming you know how to use that thing.
Not really. This is the one Johnny. This is the one we use for a similar one, but this is the one that always gives us issues. This is the fucking. This is the tech problem, fucking constantly. Every tech problem from the bathhouse has been because of this. Not the Duo. It's the Rodecaster 2.
Okay, because like when I was trying to give you guys hints, and I was like, man, it seems like you're having some issues with this, and I've run into a lot of these problems. So
yeah, well, it's also because there's so much interference in the green room of the stand, and so we lose the pairing because I guess this has the Bluetooth or whatever.
The Bluetooth has a lag, and that's the problem. That's why you're running into it.
No, it'll just there's so much interference that it'll lose the connection, and then we can't figure it out, and we have to start.
Okay, well, I was gonna just ask you a few things about.
I'm not really in the frame here.
Here.
You might have to. You have a wider angle. Oh, here we go. All right, that's good.
Yeah, talking shop, comedians, you know.
Sure.
What I just wanted to kind of ask you, you know, is because what I know you from mostly, aside from the Boys Cast, is your show, Low Value Mail.
Sure.
And your main things that you talk about there are conspiracies. So what kind of got you into going down that path, especially allowing for such bitter vitriol to be said about your people, or, you know, maybe some of the conflicting beliefs?
Well, I'd like to say that I am a free speech absolutist.
Okay.
And I have this fascination, I guess you would say, with things that people believe. Because the thing is like, you know, some people will propose conspiracy theories on my show, and some of them I believe, some of them I think are just like, you know, totally nuts. But I have a somewhat of a fascination of just like the fact that, you know, like flat Earth, for example, where people are just like they believe this, or like Netanyahu is dead. Like I remember when the Netanyahu was. Do you remember the AI Netanyahu was
Oh,
dead?
I had my fingers crossed.
Oh, from like 2 months ago or whatever, and I would have all these people like arguing it in my Twitter comments or whatever about the Netanyahu is dead, and there'd be like this. There was this one guy, and he's just like, yeah, he's for sure dead. And, in my mind, I'm like, well, just obviously in a week from now or 2 weeks from now, there'll be so many videos where it's like, obviously he's not dead. And then the guy who was arguing would come back and be like, cared anything to say about the fact that he's clearly not dead? And the guy's just like, no, it's obviously all like AI. And I don't know. There's something about it that just interests me. And obviously some conspiracy theories are true. I don't know. It just interests me.
Yeah.
Like
Sorry, I was making sure that this thing is recording.
Welcome to my fresh hell,
Yeah.
pal.
It says it's going on there, so I'm hoping that it's recording on here.
It's recording on there. That audio would be dog shit to post anywhere.
Let me test this. So this is pausing it.
Yeah.
Or is this okay? So that
it's paused.
Okay, so
we're recording.
So we're recording.
We're
okay.
recording. We're back. You're gonna have to cut that now.
Yeah, we were.
You just gave yourself a bunch of work editing.
I'm not going to do anything for. This channel is lucky I do anything for these people. I hope sometimes that like I will get struck down, so that like
you're just like, YouTube, please. What more must I do?
Every time that Jared and I do like a J Talk with Jared.
Is this an episode of J Talk? I guess technically not because there's no Jared.
No, and this is what I was getting into is like every time I do an episode with J Talk with Jared. Is that we'll gain because he'll spread the news to all the noticers around the internet and these groups, and they're all like coming in. A lot of them are like white nationalists,
sure,
or like really hard into this, and then they see me later on get like drunk playing like Forza or whatever, and like just telling disgusting swingers stories, or just hear my opinions that like I'm really good at making people hate me. Like I can gain their confidence, and then something about it like I love to self-sabotage.
Sure. Well, I would say because I honestly have a somewhat similar thing to a degree, and it's just you're your own guy.
Yeah.
And because this does happen a lot with people in the world of podcasting, this thing called audience capture, where essentially you get an audience and, they're really in it because they want to hear the stuff they like. And then the moment that you kind of veer off and you're like, no, this is like also who I am. And they're like, well, I don't like that. And like sometimes you lose people, like, so sometimes someone will listen to a thing and it takes one thing that you say that they don't agree with, and they're like, oh, I didn't tune in to hear stuff I don't agree with.
Yeah.
Right? Or and then they just dip and they go find someone who will just tell them all the stuff they want to hear.
I have people complain that I play a video game, or like I'll say that, yeah, like maybe I don't hate this group of people as much as maybe you think that I do. And it's like, oh, wait, he's not as pure. Or they see my tan skin and start calling me a brownoid and
Dylan the brownoid,
and ignoring the fact that I've spent I calculated the amount of time that I spent swimming in like swim practice, and it was probably I've been in the water practicing swimming probably get like 4 years of my life.
Were you a water polo guy?
A swimmer. I was a competitive swimmer for 12 years.
I was gonna say, you kind of have like a body of a water polo guy.
So I swam for 12 years, and then I was also a surfer starting at 12. So like I've just been in the sun, and like there's a thing about like Florida men are just like we become like leather couches after a while. And so like that's kind of, the look that you kind of
I'm curious if the prevalence of, sorry to cut you off, but the prevalence of like skin cancers, is it like way higher here than like in the Northeast?
So my dad has skin cancer, but then her grandma, like who lives over in Pennsylvania, just had like half her head removed from the like from the skin cancer. But like she's just working in coals all day, right? Like
yeah.
So like
I am curious about that. I mean, that's a new conspiracy, is that which is I want to say in the last couple years that sunscreen actually gives you skin cancer.
I like her mom because I'm like so into like I got raised by like a feminist hippie mom, so like I have that ingrained in my like mindset of like take your ginkgo biloba like and then like don't let these things poison you. And so like her mom hates the fact that I don't have my kids wear sunscreen when we go to the beach, and that like on compounding of like all the other things that she hates about me. You know, like kicking her out of the house and telling her she's white trash.
Sure.
Like that didn't go over well. But like,
see, I feel like I would give my kids sunscreen just because you don't want to have to hear them complain once they get sunburned. Because it's like that is kind of your problem now. Like if they have a bad sunburn,
they don't really get burned.
Really? Interesting.
And our youngest daughter.
You done a 23andMe?
So my youngest
Might be
daughter.
something there.
My youngest daughter is considerably darker, and my mom, when she gets drunk, likes to say to my wife, like, "Are you sure that Dylan's the father?"
Edit that out.
Yeah. And
sure. You don't think you could maybe pick something up in your swinger lifestyle?
I don't think. Well, they don't know about that. Like,
well, I'm not saying they know about that. I'm just saying, just as a matter of fact, like maybe there was some cross contamination.
I don't think so. They both have my nose.
Yeah,
and
they're just tanned.
Yeah, she just like.
But they spend a lot of time outside.
Yeah, and they'll go to the beach with us, and before we had the brilliant idea of getting like a umbrella. We used to just go to the beach for like 4 or 6 hours.
Just roast.
And like they were fine. They never really got burnt. You have something else to say?
No, I got fucking burnt.
Oh, I burn like crazy. The first time I go for in the summer, I'll burn, and then it's just sweet tan for the rest of it.
When she first came down here, to move back down here with me, we went to the nude beach. And I like to, like, I'm not prudish at all, and she's kind of, I think, gotten that from me now. And so, like, we went to the nude beach, and I bought her, like, this swimsuit, but it's all mesh, basically.
Like a stripper.
Yeah, she's like, you know, except I pay for it, and I don't really get much out of it.
Sure, also
I get
like
less
a stripper.
out of it, yeah. So, like, she gets completely burned, and then she has this odd tan line of basically a fishnet all over her.
Yeah.
And then her mom started questioning that, and I think you did tell her that I took you to the nude beach, which really, again, is another thing that she probably just adds to the
Sure, she doesn't like it.
Yeah, the thing of I like hating about me. Because she's very overbearing.
Poisoning her little girl's mind.
Yeah, well, she's very overbearing, and like she's not used to like her husband, great guy, just doesn't really want to deal with her. Like the guy at the show today was talking about like the happy wife, happy life thing.
That was me.
Was that you? I thought that was the other. Okay.
No.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah. And like we both hate that severely.
Yes,
and
I as well.
And
it's a very cuck thing for a guy to say.
And like the her father comes from like that boomer generation that like I don't think he would say it, but he walks the walk. Because he would rather go hang out with friends and watch football and get drunk. So there's not a lot of pushback. And then you meet somebody like me who's like, I'm ready to burn everything down for the stupidest like points, you know, like nothing to gain. I'll just burn everything
Scorched
down.
earth.
Yeah, and it's very confrontational. Like you have I'm assuming your little boobala of the
my wife.
Well, your mother-in-law.
Oh yeah. She is like the most stereotypical Jewish New Yorker. Like this talks the talk, everything. It's like out of Central Casting.
It's so funny to me.
But she's pretty chill, actually.
Does she listen to the Low Value?
No,
just your mother.
Just my mother.
Okay. Yeah. So if anybody calls into Danny's show, is that knowledge that you want out there?
What's that?
That your mother listens to that show?
No, it's fine. I've said it, but I think I've said it before.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't want to keep you too much longer. But like basically, I just wanted to hear more about like how you got into the conspiracies. You kind of answered that already.
Well, I'll say how like I was always into like conspiracies to a degree. I think the reason the show went that way is because I don't know when you started listening to it, but I used to it was more of like a standard call-in show, but it's like I started running out of topics, and I would do these conspiracy episodes, and I just felt like people liked them more. And they were just like kind of more interesting to me, like when people would call in and like explain conspiracies that I didn't know. The only real problem now is I feel like I've heard every conspiracy. It's very rare now where someone's like has a conspiracy and I'm like, oh, I've never heard that. Like I feel like if you take the sum total of every conspiracy, there's maybe 50 of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so like that was kind of that was kind of like why I was having guests less, was because I'm just like, they're all just kind of talking about the same thing, and it was kind of getting it's just like I've heard all there is to hear about them.
It's hard to find a bee lady. Like that woman is
the bee lady was amazing. The bee lady, but the thing is, she was just like a legit psycho.
Have you thought about like getting like interviewing like open micers or finding like actual street like psychos?
So not for low value mail, because I feel like it's more, low value mail is good because it's just like current events. People can always call in about conspiracies if they have them, and people do, and yourself included. Bathhouse, I would like to pick some guy off the street in Union Square and bring them into the green room. The problem is the stand would not like that. But I thought that years ago, where I'm like, this would be great if it was 2 comics and 1 literal fucking like psycho I found on the street.
Like a Mark Random.
Not Mark Random. Kind of like a Mark Random. You ever see that clip when me and him and Mike Figs were on Lewis's show?
I've seen it, but it's been
Figs, Mark Random. This was at 11 in the morning, and Mark Random was like, "You want some Coke?" And Figs pretended like he wasn't going to do it, and he went to go do a key bump, but he thought he was hiding from the camera, and he literally put his face right in front of the camera of a live show and does a key bump, thinking he's hiding. It was one of the absolute like funniest moments of that show.
Well,
ever.
if you should see, there's a documentary called Florida Man.
Yeah, I think I've seen it.
If you go here, like Ocala is a great place for this kind of stuff. I mean, obviously, when we were walking through here, you saw a shirtless man.
Yeah.
And beach bums are fascinating. Like,
yeah, it's kind of like, you ever see Soft White Underbelly? Like, I feel like you get a lot of kind of.
And actually, you know what? In that documentary, Florida Man, it's very crazy. Is that the one guy that they interview that has the chest scar? I actually met that guy 2 weeks after he got that scar in Orlando, like 10 years ago, with a previous girlfriend that we met him. Like, he was out on the street in downtown Orlando, or kind of like off of, not so much downtown Orlando, but there's like this place.
And is he kind of like a known kind of like street guy?
Well, it was just so crazy to like see that, like, there's so many characters, like,
oh yeah,
that like Florida has so many people here that are like just local little like just celebrities.
Remember the guy in Tampa when the storm last year? And he was staying on the boat, and then he became this big celebrity, and then they always go like, find your fucking criminal history, and they're like, yeah, this guy like beat up a woman and tried to light a cop on fire. And then his kind of like
50-50. I mean, you're doing good work.
Yeah.
So
but
like,
remember, because they were raising all this money, and like I think something like Aiden Ross was like, I'm gonna give this guy $250,000 or all this stuff, and then they're like, yeah, this guy tried to light a cop on fire, and he like beat the shit out of some woman. But he was like a bit of a local, and I think, what was he missing, a arm or something, or a leg?
I mean, that's kind of par for the course when you live in Florida. You're gonna lose a few limbs.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh yeah, I think they were calling him like Lieutenant Dan or something.
Yeah, and so like maybe that's what I should start doing is like
I mean, you could. That's the thing. That's not really like my vibe. That crosses into more like journalism, technically.
I need a stab vest.
A stab vest. But I mean, there is like, if you want to like actually get like nitty gritty, almost, you know, like not Nick Shirley style, but like kind of, you know, you like actually just go meet those people. Like, it's probably good content.
It sucks that like you really can't bring this equipment into like a swingers party. Because
No.
could you imagine like the stories I was telling you about earlier, like just the people?
Well, you
like,
can do it audio only, but it is limiting.
Yeah, like a secret mic, like because this stuff that you see there, like I was saying to you before, like I grew up going to punk shows, and like it's like once you've done punk, like that's your intro of like coke and heroin, and then now I'm on like the Fent is like my most insane people, like my tolerance for that.
Yeah.
And I just like it's a drug. Like I don't do hard drugs. I just have to like these people's like when that black lady that was, maybe you didn't see her, that was walking past the comedy place we were just at, like had her ass cheeks out and had like glasses with spikes coming out of them.
Okay.
Reminded me of like when I was bouncing and somebody's car alarm is going off. Like there was this chick, this prostitute who came in, and this black chick who came in as a prostitute, and her brother was, I guess, her pimp.
Okay.
And she just like came in and was like flashing her pussy, and like the people that were running the bar were not happy that that was happening, but I was very happy.
Sure.
Like it was the best thing that was happening for me. Like whenever you're not hurting anybody, like, and the rest of the patrons are kind of entertained, it's not until you start like threatening violence, which is the natural progression of that kind of person. But like for the first 20 30 minutes of that, like you get this great observation.
Yeah, I mean it's cool to see, but I mean you could probably make a thing about just going and find all the Florida crazies and kind of interviewing them, like almost like a soft white underbelly.
Yeah, I just need to make sure that maybe my kids have a few more memories of me before like
Well, I don't know, there's like threatening people, and there's a lot of people who are like not really threatening, and I'm sure if you offer to buy them lunch, like they'd be happy to talk to you.
Or like, I mean, this microphone, both of these lines are about 10 feet long. So I can like kind of, my style will be like a way zoomed out camera, and that'll give me like at least a little bit of distance to get away from them.
Yeah, and you can get cheap lav mics too, like where you can get like where you just give them a lav, and if they decide they want to take off, you're like, whatever, it's $30.
Okay.
And you can just replace it.
Because I looked at those and they're like $100, but
well, you can get the ones they have a good one on Amazon that I have. I can't remember what they're called. I can send it to you, but you get 2 mics and the receiver, and I think the whole thing's $100, and they're pretty good.
All right. Well, I appreciate you taking the time. I don't want to, bother you any longer. It's
no bother.
Great.
I am very tired though.
Yeah,
I've had a long 10 days.
I can imagine. So, I mean, appreciate you coming.
Thanks, buddy.
And
Thanks for coming to the
let
show.
me abduct you into the car.
Yeah.
All right, buddy.
Bye.